Cool. So I think we're going to go ahead and get moving here. Again, my name is TJ Kidder. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Learn. We have the whole Learn team here, and we're really excited to dive into more about our VET TEC Info Session. Veterans Day was last Friday. So just again, thank you all to our veterans community. We're really excited to have you all here. We've been with the VET TEC program for almost going on 2 years now. So we're really privileged to serve all of you and serve you all across the country. So that's a really awesome thing that we're really proud to be a part of. And so for our info session here tonight, we're going to start off with our little schedule here. We're going to start with a check-in. We do this in the classroom every day. It's a little way that we like to get our day started, just kind of break the ice a little bit and get our days moving. We're going to talk a little bit more about our prep courses, what the onboarding schedule looks like. We're going to dive into then more about what our 4-month program looks like, what the online portion of the classroom looks like, as well as the internship program and the career services afterwards and the additional resources available to all of you as vets. And then we're going to go into the cohort requirements. And like I mentioned, we'll talk a little bit more about what life after graduation is. And then we'll open it up to questions. So during this presentation, we've got, like I said, we've got the whole Learn staff here, and they're going to be manning the chat. So if any questions come up, please don't hesitate to ask in the chat. We're also going to leave some time available to answer all your questions as well. So before we dive into that, just a few things to touch on. Just like our classroom, our Zoom room is a brave space. And we promote a spirit of inclusivity here, and we want to make sure that everyone is welcoming, friendly, and patient. We ask that everyone be respectful to each other. And we also want you to engage throughout the presentation. Our classroom is highly engaging and highly collaborative, and we like to treat our events just the same way. So please turn your camera on. I've got mine on. The whole Learn team has theirs on. So we're really excited to see all of you and meet all of you. Like I said, please engage with us during the presentation. We're going to ask questions, but we'll also have time for you to unmute yourself and also ask some questions during them. So like I mentioned, check-in is the first way we like to get our day started. My favorite holiday is right around the corner, and that's Thanksgiving. So like I mentioned before, introduce yourself. Where do you live? We're coming from all across the country, so it's really exciting to hear where you all are coming from. And then what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? So I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, and then we're going to popcorn around the Learn team to introduce everyone from the staff, and we'll get to know each other a little bit more. And then we'll offer the opportunity for anyone who wants to introduce themselves as well. So my name is TJ Kidder. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Learn. I've been here for almost 5 years now, and I live here in San Diego, exactly where we're headquartered here at Learn. And I said Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday, and my favorite dish is my grandmother's stuffing, biscuit, and cornbread. It is the best mix, and it's absolutely amazing. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to Charlene, who is going to be representing our instruction staff here tonight.
Aloha, everybody. I'm Charlene. I'm an associate instructor. I physically live and pay taxes with California, but spiritually, I'm always in Hawaii. And my favorite Thanksgiving dish, I had to have cornbread, just pure cornbread. I might trust you a little bit, TJ, but I gotta have pure cornbread. The cornbread has to be made from buttermilk. Stuffing, yeah, and some cranberry sauce. And you know what? I have to have that canned cranberry sauce. I don't want the fresh cranberries. I want the can. Okay. And I'm gonna popcorn it over to Paul.
Thank you, Charlene. My name is Paul Hutchinson. I'm part of the career services team here at Learn Academy. I live in San Diego, but I'm originally from Manchester, UK. And so the Thanksgiving dish, fairly new concept for me, I'll be honest. Yeah, stuffing, I think it's a different sort of type of stuffing than I'm used to from back home, the sort of Christmas dishes. But yeah, that's yeah, I could do a fairly decent stuffing, I think. So I'll stick with that. I'll popcorn over to Vanessa.
Hello, I'm Vanessa. I'm the operations manager. I live in San Diego. I was born in Washington State, but I grew up in San Diego, so I consider myself from San Diego. Favorite Thanksgiving dish is definitely going to have to be pumpkin pie. Can't have Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie. I'll pass it over to Chantel.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chantel Isaacs. I am the internship program manager here at Learn, which means I manage all of the company relationships with our partners who host our students for the internship, which you'll hear more about later. I am also in San Diego, but I was born and raised overseas in West Africa. So I have lived internationally for, I can still say most of my life. I just had to do a little bit of math there. And my favorite Thanksgiving dish is mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes so much. And thankfully, it's not only a Thanksgiving dish because I could eat mashed potatoes all the time. I love mashed potatoes. I will pass it to Kumba.
Thank you, Chantel. My name is Kumba. I'm the enrollment manager here. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have already met with me already. I live here in San Diego. My favorite, my family is originally from West Africa, Liberia. So like Thanksgiving, we have a bunch of Liberian food. So I think anything Liberian is my favorite for Thanksgiving is what I'll go with. And I'll pass it off to Nicole.
Hello, everybody. I am Learn's newest member. I am assistant instructor at Learn, and I'm originally from New York, but now I'm in San Diego, and I like it so much that I might stay here. Who knows? My favorite Thanksgiving dish. I don't know. I think I gotta agree with Vanessa. Something about pumpkin pie. It gets me. I'm gonna popcorn it to CJ.
I'm assuming CJ is the only CJ, so that's me. I live in Kentucky. I'm Kentucky Army National Guard, still employed. I'm a UH-60 Black Hawk instructor pilot. And my favorite Thanksgiving dish, probably sacrilege because everyone's about pumpkin pie. I think pecan pie is probably my favorite, so I apologize for that. But that's my jam, and I don't know anyone here, so I'll popcorn it to Jamie.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay, my name is Jaime. I live in San Diego, California, and my favorite Thanksgiving dish would have to be pumpkin pie. Same as everybody else. Can't go wrong. I don't see anybody else's name on my list, I think. I don't have a full classes list, so. Anybody else?
Yeah, if anybody, does anybody else want to pop in? Well, we have room for a few more people if they'd like to introduce themselves. We'd love to get to know you guys.
Sure. I'll go next then. My name is Borja. I'm originally from Spain, moved to the US when I was 16. And I was in the military for a while, so I've been moving around. I'm currently living in Japan, but I'm moving back to the States for this class, for those 4 months that I'll be in the class. And my favorite Thanksgiving dish has gotta be still. Oh man, now I don't remember the name. Stuffing, sorry. Stuffing, I love stuffing. All right, so I'll pass it off to, let's see, Miranda.
Good evening, everybody. Well, it's evening here if you're on the East Coast. I live in Virginia. My name is Miranda Jimenez, and I'm a Marine veteran. I got out December of 2020. And my favorite Thanksgiving dish would have to be cornbread as well. So I agree with the other. I will popcorn it off to, let me see who hasn't gone yet. Brittany? Brittany Melberg, I believe. There we go.
Yes, my name is Brittany. I'm from Michigan. I'm a Navy veteran. My favorite Thanksgiving dish is probably cornbread.
I hate to pop in, Brittany, we got room for one more, so you go ahead and popcorn, but then I love all of your answers, appreciate it, but just wanted to pop in, so we got room for one more.
Okay, so I'll pop it corn over to Athena.
I guess that's me. I'm not Athena, actually. My name is Sue. I think it says Athena because this is my niece's computer. But I live in Atlanta, and my favorite Thanksgiving dish is I don't know what it is, but for you guys that live in Texas, it's like made of green beans and I guess like gravy and stuff. I only had it once, which was last year, and I forgot to get the name of it. So any Texans out there know what I'm talking about, please tell me.
That's a Midwest staple called green bean casserole. It is not just Texas, and that comes in at a close second for me. So I got you.
Wow. Cool, cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you popping in and introducing yourselves. It's really great to meet all of you as you take this first step in your coding journey. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Kumba, who's going to dive into a little bit more about the structure of Learn and how our program works.
Thank you so much, TJ. Yeah, so the structure of Learn, kind of how the program works. So we are a 4-month live remote full stack web development program. And what that means is for the first 3 months, you will meet and collaborate in a virtual classroom, very similar to this, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We don't have any classes on the weekend. And for the last month, for the 4th month, you will participate in a guaranteed remote internship at a tech company or a startup where you get to really apply those real world skills and everything you've learned in the classroom. And Chantel will dive into some deeper details here in a little bit. And then we also have career services during the program and after the program to help you with that career search plan and make sure that you are on your way to finding an amazing job in the field. And lastly, one of the things that really makes Learn stand out is our community that we offer here. We really offer a community of support. We're really dedicated to making sure that our students leave here with the skills to be an effective junior full stack web developers. And from the instructors to the folks in administration, we really deeply care about our students. So you're really going to, you're entering a community that folks that really support you and care about your journey and really want you to do well after you leave Learn. Okay. The admissions process and how it works. In order to be considered for admissions at Learn, you first obviously have to submit a thorough application and attach your certificate of eligibility with that application. Without the certificate of eligibility, you can still go through the admissions process, but we will not make an admissions decision without that COE. Sometimes they utilize the GI Bill to determine your eligibility. So sometimes they may send you a GI Bill COE, which is different from the VET TEC COE. So just make sure that you're reading through that to make sure you have the right certificate of eligibility. And then you will go through an admissions interview. It says interview, but it's not to scare anybody. It's really a conversation to really get to know you and find out what your goals are to make sure you're a right fit for this program and vice versa. And then you'll attend this required VET TEC information session as well. And we have a required prep course called Jumpstart that our students will also participate in. Once you completed all those tasks, our admissions committee will review the applications and make an admissions decision. For folks that are already in the admissions pipeline right now, our next admissions decision will be made November 21st. That's when applications will be reviewed, and then you would get notified before the end of that week if you've had all these tasks completed. If some of those tasks are not completed, you'll roll over to the next admissions decision in early January. Okay. Next slide. Okay. As I said, I went over the COE. That's a very important part of the admissions process. We have to have that. Without it, we will not be able to make an admissions decision without your application. So with the VET TEC program, if a student decides to apply to Learn, you're accepted in the program, and ultimately we submit your information to VA once, and you decide you've attended class and you decide, you know what, this is just not for me, and you decide to withdraw, that would affect your benefits for 18 months. You would not be able to access VET TEC for 18 months if you pull out of the class once you've already started with the program. Our program is 100% online, which means your BAH is paid at the online rate. You can contact the VA directly to find out what the difference is, but we like to let our students know right away. So this way they can make a determination if they want to continue with the online program or find an in-person program, okay? One of the most important aspects of this program, once you've been accepted, is the onboarding process. The onboarding process is something that's really important. It allows us to get very important required documents, like your social security number, personal information, required prep work, tutorials, schedule your instructor one-on-one. Vanessa is our operations manager. She leads that process, so you will hear a lot from her during that process. And this process is required. If students miss any portions of this, we can resend your admissions from the cohort, because it's really important, time sensitive. Obviously, we'll follow up, we'll text you, we'll communicate with you. Learn is really big about communication, so it's never going to be a moment where you don't know what's happening without us calling you, texting you, emailing you. So we will give you enough time to turn in the documents, but if we still don't hear from you, we will resend your applications, because there's so many students that are interested in this program. As you can see tonight, this is only a small portion of the number of students that are interested. So it's really important that you communicate with us and turn in your onboarding documents on time. Okay. Upcoming cohorts. Our cohorts are capped at 20 students in a cohort. It makes for a better learning environment for you when you're not in this virtual classroom of 40, 50, 60 students. It just becomes unmanageable. So it's just an overall better experience for our students when the classes are small. The cohorts right now, our cohort starting November 28 is full. It's on waitlist status right now. So for all students that are applying, they're going to be considered for our February 13th cohort right now. And if any spots become available, there's students on the waitlist that they will get reviewed if any spots open up for that November 28th cohort. But as of right now, the application is closed and you're being considered for the February 13th cohort if you're not already admitted to the November 28th cohort. Prep course. Jumpstart is a really important part of this process. It's our prep course. It allows you to just get a better understanding of if this is right for you, right? Some folks are not too sure exactly what coding is. Some folks do know, but it gives you a chance to get all your fundamentals under your belt. It gives you a chance to also meet some of your classmates that will be in the cohort with you. It allows you to really just see how we work and make a lot of really great connections too as well. The next two Jumpstart cohorts, it's in November 18th, 19th, and 20th. That's this weekend. And the next one won't be until January 27th. So it's one of the requirements of admission. So it's really important that you get in one of these one of these Jumpstarts, because if you miss it, then your enrollment is going to be rolled to the next admissions decision date. Okay. So that is it for me. I'm going to turn it over to Charlene.
Well, aloha again, everyone. We appreciate that you're joining us this evening. My name is Charlene. I'm an associate instructor here at Learn. So I collaborate with other developers, new and experienced. I'm currently managing Echo and Foxtrot cohorts. I give lectures and I just generally assist with all the things classroom related. So I want to talk to everyone about the expectations in the classroom here at Learn. And in terms of what you can expect from us and what we expect from you as developers. So to start with, we are a very collaborative and caring environment here. We have one. And top down. So with our core values here at Learn. So you can expect us to create and hold a space in the classroom with everyone. That includes the instructors, the students, the Learn staff, the community, all of us as a group of humans. We are working together. We are struggling together. We are supporting each other and learning from each other. We also challenge each other and push just everyone here forward on their web development journey. So you can expect that the instruction team and the entire Learn staff here, we are going to be working very hard to support you. And next, please. So our attendance for successful learning is nothing that just automatically occurs. You got to put forth some effort. So in order for there to be this type of collaborative and caring classroom environment, we need a commitment from everyone in this room. We expect reliability, accountability. You got to show up every day on time, be in class, and do the work. We expect to see you, not just your name appearing on the screen, a blank screen. We want your video on, like we have our videos right now. And just, you got to be present and participating. We're not asking you to be perfect, but just participate and practice. So we do meet 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time. We're back to that now. For 16 weeks, you have to show up, be engaged. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. You have to take that time to work through the uncomfort and help others along the way. And you'll find that a lot of growth happens during those times. So joining a boot camp. You got to be brave enough, like it says, brave enough to suck at something new. I heard about people talking about cornbread and stuff. You don't just go in the store and just throw everything in an oven. Some things might get a little burnt on the bottom, but eventually you keep practicing, you'll just be able to do this. You'll be able to cook this recipe and have everybody happy one day. But that takes the practice. Nobody's really good at something without being really bad at it first. So if you don't know it yet, learning code can be really hard. Nobody came into this, well, whoever invented the 1 and 0s, great on them, but nobody else came in this world just knowing like, oh yeah, this curly brace parentheses, bam, it took practice, and we're here to support you through it. So expect the struggle to come, expect to feel a little overwhelmed. Sometimes you might feel a little inadequate, but if you keep showing up, you keep practicing, those feelings will soon get pushed away and you'll know how to use your resources. All right. So coding at its essence is all about communication. To truly be an effective developer, you must be an excellent communicator of your ideas to other humans. So you need to practice this skill. We do a lot of pair programming where 2 students are working together on a single project. And we also make our collaboration more effective and reduce time spent troubleshooting by providing you with equipments, and in particular the MacBook. You receive a MacBook from us. You are expected to use this MacBook because we have programmed it to work with our curriculum here. And the technology we use are best suited for this Mac operating system. So another thing I would say about just the developers, the people who get the jobs, and I've been working with over 100 students now, still quite junior, but the people who get the jobs are the ones who have a good attitude, who have the good communication. It's not about the person, oh, you can find it easy, because we can Google that, but we cannot teach you how to be a good human. So just come here, let's collaborate and build great things. So thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlene. We're going to go ahead and pass it off to Chantel, who is our internship program manager. She's going to talk a little bit more about how the internship program works into the program.
Yeah, so as you've heard from several people now, our program is 16 weeks long. 12 of those weeks are where you are in the classroom, 9 to 5, learning what you need to learn. The last 4 weeks of our program are the internship that we guarantee every one of our students. We have a wide network of community partners, company partners who work with us to host our students for a 4-week minimum internship. This 4 weeks is designed to be a real life learning experience for you, working on a dev team, participating in the development cycle, getting tickets, writing code, pushing commits, and contributing to the team that is hosting you. We have a specific tech stack that we teach here in class, but the majority of our partners use a somewhat or entirely different tech stack. And a big part of what we are doing in the 12 weeks you're in class is not just teaching you how to code, we're teaching you how to learn to code. So that way, when you go to internship and you're faced with a new language, a new framework, you feel capable going in and learning something new in that internship and adding that to your skill set. Our internship opportunities can become opportunities to be hired out of your internship. Some of our intern partners come to us specifically because they see it as an amazing opportunity to have a pipeline of junior developer talent that they can hire right out of the internship. Not all of our partners do, but there have been instances where our interns have made themselves invaluable in their internship and receive offers when there wasn't an expectation of a job being offered at the end of it. So there are opportunities for that. Every internship is a minimum of 4 weeks. That concludes the program that you have with us at the 16-week, but we do have some partners who offer extended internships, or at the end of 4 weeks may offer extensions to the interns as well, for you to keep learning, keep building up your skill set while you look for your first job. I see your question there about the internship, and some partners come to us and say, we want to have a 12-week internship, which we will help coordinate with them. And in which case I have the expectation that people doing a 12-week internship make it a paid internship. Not all the internship opportunities are paid, because it is part of our educational program. That 4-week internship does not have that expectation, as long as it fits within federal guidelines about paid internships, or unpaid internships, excuse me. Some of our intern partners do offer paid internships. Some will do the unpaid and then offer a paid extension to keep you around as a junior level contractor and complete the work that you were doing. It's very dependent on the company, what level they're at. We work with very small startups that have very small teams, and we work with large companies who have teams of hundreds of developers. So the experience can be very different depending on where you're placed. We have a very strong preference of placing our students in pairs in your internship. It's very much a build up from what we've been teaching you in class, working in paired programming and in the groups that we put you in. It gives us an idea of who works well together and what pairs are going to be successful working at a company. And it's very much a 2 heads are better than one. Going to internship with someone who's gone through the learn experience with you means you have someone who knows what you've learned, knows the curriculum that's in your head. You can build off of each other, help each other become unstuck, and it's a much better experience for everyone involved. The internship also is a phenomenal opportunity for you to market yourself even more as you're job hunting, to come out of a boot camp and have actual experience with a company that you can put on your resume, work that you can put on your portfolio, can make you more marketable as a junior developer entering the workforce. So that is something that can be really valuable to you, and creating great relationships with your host company, with your mentor while you're in internship, can also really open up your network of people who may be looking to hire, even if the company you're at isn't at the moment. So the internship is a really amazing opportunity for every single one of our students at the closing part of our program. I don't think there's another slide for me, is there, TJ?
Nope, that's everything. Go ahead, going to pass it off to Paul, who manages our career services aspect of the curriculum.
Yeah, so once you've finished the 16 weeks, 12 weeks in the classroom, 4 weeks in the internship, you then get to work with me. And what we'll do is start to implement those skills that you've learned during what we call Professional Development Week. This is the sort of career readiness part of what we offer here at Learn. And during that time, it's generally week 7. We spend 5 days purely looking at that career readiness side of things. And that's to say, we'll teach you ways to build your network using LinkedIn and going to tech events, fine-tune resumes and your LinkedIn profiles so that they're more geared towards the pivot in your career into the tech side of things. We have opportunity to do mock tech interviews. We talk about elevator pitches and marketing yourself as a entry-level web developer. We talk about the sort of mental health aspect as well of the job search, as well as some tips and tricks in your job search. Once you've completed the 16 weeks with us, you'll sit down with me and we'll put together an individual job search plan. And the way that we see it, there's 3 main strands of that: the actual application for those positions themselves, but also continuing to network and build your connections, and also keeping your skills sharp and learning new technologies. So all of these things are combined for the actual job search plan. Throughout all of this, we want you to feel supported. That's the whole idea, keeping me busy, making sure that you're checking in, and because it can be a stressful time. Looking for work is not a particularly fun thing. And so we want you to kind of feel supported during that time. The other thing that I make sure that I do is make you aware of all of the VA resources. They have lots of really good sort of free resources that you can use yourself. They put out an email every month with a newsletter there, and on that they will highlight career events and workshops. They have very specific job postings for veterans as well. And you have access to the Employment Consortium, which are a lot of companies that have a very specific program for veterans. On there as well, you can access the resume engine and upload your resume to direct access to these VA approved employers. So it's a really good resource to make yourself aware of. If you're not already aware, the VA does offer a free 1-year subscription to LinkedIn Premium, which is obviously a really good networking tool and something that we will use throughout the career services curriculum. And yeah, I will make sure that you're made aware of these monthly emails, just to make sure that you have access to all of these free VA resources. That's it for me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone on the Learn team. Appreciate all of you being a part of our presentation tonight. I hope that answered a lot of questions for you all. That does take us to the end of our scheduled programming. I do have a few things that I want to just touch on before we open up to questions here. So we are wrapping up the end of our year. We have our last cohort that's starting on the 28th of November. Applications for that cohort are closed. So we are only looking for applications for our upcoming cohort starting in Alpha, but we are expanding our cohorts for 2023. So this year we did 8 cohorts, and next year we're going to do 11 cohorts starting in February, with a cohort starting every month. So there are a lot of you here, and there are a lot of people who have already been in the enrollment process already. So don't feel discouraged. The big thing is if you're not in the enrollment process already, please go ahead and get started. We've opened our applications for 2023, and we're going to start accepting applications here, like Kuma said, in the next few weeks. So it's really important that you get started in the enrollment process. You schedule your interview. Make sure you get your interview. It's really important you don't miss that interview date, because that's going to keep you in the enrollment process and allow you to then get access to our 2023 cohort dates. We are, I think Kuma also mentioned Jumpstart, which is our prep course. So our last one is this month. We did just fill our last spot for Jumpstart starting this weekend. So we are not doing a Jumpstart next month, but we do Jumpstart every single month. So we're going to start again in January, and we'll be picking up with Jumpstart every month for the rest of 2023. So just a few little breaks for the holidays, but just wanted to make sure we're all informed and we know everything that's happening. I hope that answers all of your questions, but like I mentioned, I'd love to open the floor to anyone that has any questions about any part of the presentation. We have all of our staff here, and they would love to answer anything that's on the top of your mind. So I'll let anybody, you should have the opportunity to unmute yourself if you would like. You also have the opportunity to answer in the chat, but please go ahead and ask away.
Hello, just a quick question here. If we don't, so we can't make the November jump start. So if we can only make the January one, does that pretty much knock us out of the February start date or for Alpha, or what's the?
I'll let you answer that, Kuba. Go ahead.
Yeah, it does not. Obviously, classes fill up quickly, but it won't, because as of right now, we still have spots in the Alpha cohort. So it doesn't necessarily weed you out. So
Cool.
definitely do that if you can't do January for sure, because those decisions will be made the 28th the 30th of January, around that time frame after that jumpstart. So it's really important if you can't do November that you definitely do January. Okay. And that'll be about
Thank
2 weeks before the start of that cohort anyway. That's enough time.
Great.
I have a quick
Go ahead.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the people based in San Diego, is there any opportunity for an in-house, like on-the-job internship opportunity?
That's a great question. So all of our internship partners, because we are headquartered in San Diego, and our history is that we used to be an in-person boot camp in San Diego before going fully remote, many of our internship partners are San Diego companies. That being said, we are now a national boot camp. We have students from over 30 states now who have participated in our cohort, and we have internship partners who are not in the San Diego area, in other states as well. We're expanding that quite a bit. That being said, if you are in the San Diego area and we have a partner who has the opportunity to come in office, we do not prohibit that. So meaning all of our internship partners agree to host a remote internship for the students. But if it's geographically, if it works out for both parties and you want to go into the office to do your internship in person, then that is available to you. But we do not have that requirement of anybody, and we require all of our internship partners to allow the internship to be done fully remotely, so it's accessible to anybody who does the program. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
Hi, so I have a question. Is there the intention to have weekend classes very soon? Because I work full-time during the week.
Yeah, that is a great question. Unfortunately, we're really set in our 4-month schedule where it's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it does, kind of offer some difficulties for people who can't make that schedule. But unfortunately, at this time, that is our only set schedule right now.
Hi, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm currently still active. My EAOS is in April, so I'm wondering when would be the best time to start the application process, or is it too early, next year maybe?
So you can apply for your VET TEC COE about 30 days prior to you being discharged from the military. So I would say maybe 6 weeks out, as long as you've started the application process for that certificate of eligibility, I would go ahead and start the admissions process too as well. So maybe 6 weeks before your separation date, you can start the enrollment process.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. We had another question from Jaime, who just had a question about the VET TEC Info Session. So we do VET TEC Info Sessions every month. So regardless if you come to this one, you're more than always welcome to come to the next one. So we're going to do another one in December, another one in January, and we'll do a VET TEC Info Session every month for everyone.
But it is not required if you've attended this one. Is that right, TJ? Great.
That is correct. That is correct. You only need to attend one of our info sessions before attending. Is there any other questions for anyone still?
Sorry. So the Jumpstart, I wasn't aware of it. So the Jumpstart application is separate from the actual web development bootcamp, correct? So is that covered also by VET TEC, or by VET TEC, or is that just basically self-cost?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Jumpstart is a required prep course. So once you go through the enrollment process and after you schedule your interview with Kumba, she'll provide you with some more information on how to sign up for Jumpstart, which will cover the costs of Jumpstart. Jumpstart is also a free course that we offer to everyone. So if you're in a different place in your enrollment process and you kind of just want to get a look and feel of how our program works, you're more than welcome to take Jumpstart. It's $249 for the whole weekend. We offer plenty of opportunities, and we'll send up some follow-up information on how we'll offer a promo code to help with that cost. But it's more than welcome to anyone who wants to join as well. But when you go through the enrollment process, Kumba will provide you some information on how to sign up with the promo code that will clear the cost for you.
So as of right now, there is no in-person teaching?
No, not at all. We're 100% remote. And as Kuma mentioned, that does with the BAH, we are only our BAH is for the online rate only.
I have a question about the future dates, like beyond February. When do you think you'll start posting those dates online, or when can we start applying for those ones?
Wonderful question. Yeah, we're really close to releasing our full 2023 calendar. So we're just finalizing a few more of the dates. But like I mentioned, you can realistically expect that they'll start every month in February around the same time. So around the middle of the month is kind of when we're looking. And you don't have to wait now to apply to a cohort that's not on the website yet. I recommend anybody who is interested in a 2023 date, please go ahead and apply now, because when we start to release those cohorts, you already have your place in the enrollment process. So that's a big thing, is getting your place in the enrollment process, getting your interview scheduled. And as cohorts start to fill up, we let individuals know that their application has now been moved to the next cohort. And if that doesn't work out, that's totally cool. But you know, as long as you apply, you get your place in the enrollment process, and that helps you move along as we start to open up the rest of the cohorts for the rest of the year.
Yeah, if you apply for the Alpha 2023 in our admissions interview, just indicate to me that you're interested in which month you're interested in the cohort in, and then I'll manually change it to that specific cohort, because we name them Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, like that, and I'll manually go in and change that if you apply for Alpha and you want to do something later.
Cool. Just a quick note. I am recording this presentation. I did mention we're going to set up some follow-ups, so we'll post this to YouTube. We'll send out the link. We'll send up some information, send out some more information about how to apply if you have not done that already, and just some more information about some upcoming dates. Is there any other questions that we still can answer for all of you all?
I have one.
Yeah, please.
I kind of missed what you said about the jumpstart, because so I know someone asked about it, but you're saying because it's part of the coursework, if you use VET TEC, you don't have to pay for it, right?
That is correct. So it is required. It is a required piece of the program. So if you go through the enrollment process and you talk with Kumba as part of the interview, she provides you with information on how to sign up for Jumpstart without paying. We also offer Jumpstart as a prep course to anybody who wants to learn more about coding. So Jumpstart is a $249 cost for the whole weekend, but in order to get that cost alleviated, you need to go through the enrollment process and have your interview scheduled to sign up for the prep course.
Okay, that's what just got me, because you mentioned the $249. I was like, wait.
Yeah,
so
I'm
do you
sorry.
have to pay for it now?
Yeah, it was a little confusing, but I hope that does clear it up a little bit.
Cool, thanks.
Cool. So thank you all. One more quick. Anybody have any last questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who is Zoom user? I want to make sure all our comrades get credit for being here. Zoom user, are you there?
You see me as Athena, right?
Yep,
I know your name. We got your name. I just
Is Larry Worthen on there otherwise?
I see a Larry iPhone, but now we see a Larry.
You're the only Larry on the list, so you're good.
Christian Bear. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Charlene.
Well, thank you all for joining us.
I have another question.
Yeah, please go right ahead. You made the cut. Go for it.
All right. So they said they'll send us a MacBook, right? And that'll be everything we need to use for the program.
Yes. Yeah, that is a great question. So just to kind of clear up how the MacBook situation works. So we provide all of our students with a MacBook for the duration of the course, so 4 months. And so we send it to you. It's fully loaded with all the software that you need for the course, ready to go. And so if you live in San Diego, we provide you some opportunities to pick that up or ship it to you. A lot of people are not in San Diego, so we mail that to you. And so you'll get that before the start of the class. Vanessa, who's our operations manager, she'll coordinate with you on all the nuts and bolts, but you'll provide that for the start of the class. And when the class is finished, you'll mail that back to us.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us here tonight. We really do appreciate it. What's really great is this is the first time we get to meet you all. This is the start of your coding journey, and we're really excited to hopefully see you all some more and have you in one of our upcoming cohorts here for 2023. So thank you for joining us here tonight, and have a great rest of your evening.